Hello.
Good evening.
Good.
Welcome. We are going to review Normal People. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because we don't only do reviews. We have a reality show here, we review movies, we do gardening, we do cooking, we do everything. So don't miss out on all the other
We
content.
do showbiz, we do mental health, you name it, we do it. So Normal
Tonight's
People.
two
We realised
episodes.
that, okay, so it didn't go out live or it didn't go out on the BBC tonight, but we were going to do it, we were supposed to do it yesterday, but we didn't. And yeah, it's just, I don't even know where to start. We've just finished watching it and it was one of the most emotional.
Well, I know where to start.
Okay.
So with the first episode, it's the first time that I felt the need for the book because her time in Sweden in the book is written much better than we could see it. So she's very anorexic. She's bone-breakingly
Which you don't get any
thin.
real sense of.
Yeah, she does this thing where she keeps going to the cafe and she keeps ordering this cake, but she only has one bite and then she leaves it.
We saw that once,
and for me,
didn't we?
no, but we didn't see her leave it.
No.
And actually, that was a very important detail because she's in an anorexic state. Anorexia isn't just about food; it can be just denying yourself.
No, and I
so-
thought that was interesting.
and
But when you said that, I didn't know that until you said that, and it made sense of why she chosen Sweden in a way. Because if you
It's
think
the
about
austerity.
anorexia as austerity and ascetic, being ascetic, and so you take yourself to somewhere where there's not an awful lot going on.
So she just was shutting down, proper
Yeah.
depression, couldn't eat, and also the character, the sadomasochistic relationship was written much better than I have to say. That actor didn't do it for me.
No, there was something. It wasn't just I didn't like his bottom, but I also didn't like him. He didn't.
Well, I
even
mean,
play.
he's not likable.
No, but
the
he
point
wasn't
is, he's not
unlikable
likable
enough
in the book.
But he's not. Yeah, but he was neither. He was nothing. He was just for that level of sort of S&M-ness. You'd expect a bit more personality.
Yeah, but it kicks off with him saying "I love you," and she says, "Don't. That's not what I want from
Well,
you."
he
And
actually says, "I
"What can
like you." He
And
actually
she
says,
says,
"I
"What
like
can?"
you."
But I liked the way they did it in the book because it started with the abuse, and then he said he liked her, and then you didn't.
Right.
So that's the only bit
Yeah,
that
I
I
felt they dropped the ball
really
a bit
felt
there.
they dropped the ball. Read the book.
All right.
But then past that Sweden bit, I just thought again, just beautifully played. I thought his girlfriend.
Oh, Helen.
Oh
yes.
my God, she played that searing pain
Oh,
of
the sad
knowing that somebody
realisation.
doesn't really like you anymore. Yeah,
It was
really
very
good.
real, and I thought one of the most remarkable actors, new
He really
actors
is.
to fall sort of head over heels
So
in love with,
understated.
because he's playing with no articulation, because they are inarticulate emotions, and he's playing it so articulately.
Oh my God,
Isn't
he's
he?
so good.
I've never so
And he's
identified with a man on camera.
beautiful. He's beautiful in a fairly ordinary way.
Yeah.
Because of his depth and because of his
Yeah.
stillness. He's got incredible stillness and calm.
Incredible stillness. But
And what did you like? Because obviously I knew he was going to go into this depression. But was that quite a surprise for you?
Well, yes, it was a surprise that he went that far. I mean, just scrolling back just for a minute to the whole setup up in Sweden before we got into the really. I found episode 10 deeply traumatizing. Actually, I thought the episode with her, although it was, I did think it was really badly executed with the Swedish guy. I thought it lacked the depth, even though it was like, you know, the rest of the depth in this series hasn't been about the spoken word, but it just lacked any authenticity. It felt like it was quickly thought and added. But she still at the centre of it, I thought, played some excruciatingly embarrassing scenes. Well, no, but I mean, and extraordinary. I mean,
She's only 21.
yeah. But I don't know. As soon as I see any scenes like that, you're sort of drawn to sort of comparisons with things like 50 Shades and all that kind of
It makes
nonsense.
me feel so sick.
It makes me feel sick, and I felt sick, and I wanted to punch him in the face. And I just felt so protective of her. So that when they started to reconnect again over Skype, I thought that was a beautiful scene
Oh,
where he fell asleep and she was
I loved
working
it.
on Skype. Is it like that in the book?
Such love.
Do they do Skype
I
in the book?
I couldn't remember that actually.
Yeah. So that was incredibly moving. And then
Danielle Ellis, you're right. He does have a Roman face like an
Yes.
ancient sculpture.
Yeah, but as I came out of both the episodes, I was saying it's a really odd show. It's like it makes you feel and grapple with how abstract all our emotions are. We can feel so many things that we can do nothing about. Mesmerising. Who's that? Deborah Rogers. It's totally mesmerising. And what's brilliant about it is that it's about such ordinary, low-key things that are so enormous.
Yeah.
Are we going to share what my response was to episode 10?
But that's the point, and that's what we do love about this. Is it's just lives. These are just ordinary lives. There's nothing actually extraordinary about this. I think everybody, even if you don't live that exact, like, everyone can relate to this. Everyone knows somebody that's gone through something similar to this. Most people have had unrequited love or have been hurt in love or and I just think,
and I thought the letter he wrote to her,
everyone, I think
the letter he wrote to her at the end of episode 9, for me, I had tears rolling down the side of my face, because it felt like the relief that he was finally articulating something close to what we've hoped and felt he would say to her all the way through the series. I mean, I sit there screaming at the telly like an action flick. Say it!
It's really important that everyone remembers that it's not just because he's not giving her the love. It's the pain was in her way before him. It's not that he has to love her and then she's saved. She's damaged. She's damaged before that because her mother doesn't love her and her.
But it's interesting you should say that, because I've got terrible. I'm bringing to it terrible judgment. So, like, his pain I can identify with and seems almost deserving because it's very interior and it's very self-harming, although obviously it's harming her. Whereas hers is, because it's attached to sex, I feel very sort of, I find it so unpalatable, her self-hatred, which is terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
as a judgment. No, absolutely. I'm recognising that. But I think we do that in life, don't we? We look at how some people harm themselves and think, oh, well, that's quite understandable harming. And then you see the way someone else harms themselves and you go, and I thought that's what's so clever about the parallel story of his school friend, who was so sort of, in inverted commas, normal, didn't go to Trinity, just stayed behind, that his life was so complicated in himself that he decided to take his life. I thought that was a very clever inversion. That, you know, when someone takes their life, it's an incredibly complex and incredibly sad and traumatic and layered affair. And for it to have happened, in a sense, in the person they both left behind in their childhoods, who had none of the opportunities or the horizons that they had.
I found it was a really sad moment when his friend who died, father, said to him, "You've done big things," and he thought, "He's told you that."
Yeah,
he's told you that, and he's gone because
so well.
Yeah,
so well.
Because the last time he saw him was in that pub, and he went, "Do you want to stay for another pint?" He was like, "No, I better get home."
Connell didn't want to, and I remember that feeling of I've moved on. You've moved on from this.
And then when he's in the psychiatrist's room and he talks about how he couldn't go back, he went away but he couldn't get back. So where am I? I'm in a no man's land.
Well, I have to say, episode 10, it really, really, really distressed me. It really upset me. I mean, I was really, it really hit such a nerve. I felt like I was hearing myself speak.
Yeah,
that moment in that CBT or in that therapy chair, it was like he was describing exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
Back then and still now.
Well, wonderful writing and wonderful performance. So that you know, I mean, these two episodes are the themes of depression.
Paul Jones, it broke you. I'm trying not to exaggerate. I mean, Nadia had to come over and come. I was absolutely broken by it. Paul Jones, that's exactly what it did. And to see a man, it's really important to see other men, to see other men talk like that, even if it's in a fictional piece.
I think for so many men that will have just triggered them because either they have been that low or they've never been able to express it in that way. So it's so great when drama really does. You know, sometimes when we talk about mental health, it can be with such a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just so authentic.
Yeah.
It could have been a documentary of a man sitting in a therapy session crying.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really powerful and really important piece of drama, actually.
And it's such I mean, I think there are 2 more episodes to come, are there? Or is that the end? That's not the end, is it?
No, it's not the end.
No, I mean, insofar as I just think it's really important that a drama like this allows that space and that air and the oxygen and the amount of stuff that's just not resolved, the irresolvability of so much.
Because that's like life.
It is so like
When does life ever get all sorted out and stitched up nicely with a nice finished with a nice finish,
I
knotted
feel
stitch.
quite humbled by the whole experience, actually.
Very, very, very
Very,
beautiful
very
drama.
touching.
Very, very good.
Very touching. I can't wait to see episode 11 and 12, but at the same time, each time I go in to watch it, I feel like I have to really gird my loins. BAFTA winning, they have to be nominated for BAFTAs.
Oh, they will win.
But even the suggestion of a BAFTA sounds crude.
She is 20, she was 22 on Saturday, that girl.
Yeah.
22. Somebody was saying there, she talks like Kate Middleton in real life.
Does she? Does she really?
No, I mean, she is genius level. She's a gifted actress. Gifted.
Yeah.
I'm really jealous of her.
Would you say the book is better than the series? Someone was asking HW.
I don't think you can. I mean, I really, really enjoy. What I would say is, I'm really enjoying both. Of course, seeing these beautiful
this is
creatures
written by Sally
and these
Rooney as
beautiful.
well. The script is written by Sally
If you
Rooney.
had to say you can either read the book
Yes.
or watch the series, I would watch the series. But
Would
that's
you?
not to say I didn't love
No.
the book, because I did.
Yeah, I'm kind of relieved and pleased that I've watched the series in a weird way.
Yeah.
I think it's a work of art. It really is a work of art. It's one of those.
Work
It's one
of
of those series that transcends, just a box set. It's.
Kerry Bedford says she
Something
couldn't
very
wait. She had to
sophisticated.
watch all 12 episodes.
I can understand. Oh, so there's just 2 more left, are there? Okay. Well, there you go, guys. So next week we will be there for a live review of the final 2, and I don't know if we've got enough handkerchiefs or tissues in the house for me. It is a work of art. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks all those
Absolutely.
who made it. Thank you, cast and crew, and thank you lot for sharing with us.
Oh, so good.
So good.
See you later.
See
for
you
the
later,
live.
guys, for the live.
What
Lots of
time?
love. I don't know what time is it now. 9:10.
10:30.
10:30. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.